Patty Force is an extravagant and funny woman. She has been volunteering for 11 years and 6,000 hours. Her part during hours is the ship's restoration. Patty Force has showed that for her time working at the Midway, how much of a passion actually has come to her by helping others in the community appreciating the small things. She is extremely supportive and accepting with the people she meets and their own stories, and loves to be able to share the USS Midway story and help enhance others' history. Her inspiration as well was a heartfelt response about her mother and the changes she had done for her children. I am Vera 17, and heading into the direction to learn most I could from people who have experienced so much. I am very into civil rights, women's rights, and as well as technology. I have been receiving the best kind of information from Patty about how growing up with minimal technology compared to now, and how drastically things have changed.
To be redundant, I think people have become a little more desensitized. A lot of the emotion is taken out of it because you can see things, as I said, instantly.
Technology has changed my life in many ways, and I feel thankful that I'm able to have the chance to talk to Patty about my passion. My volunteer is easy to talk to, and I love that she has that kind of personality trait because it does show who you are as a person. Patty talks about a subject that was important to her when she was younger, and you could really tell how heartfelt it had been to her, showing compassion and how she appreciates life. Her determined personality striking at a young age.
Well, they said, get on the bicycle. And I sat on the bicycle, and one was on the back and one was in the front, and they pushed. And they said, pedal. And I'm pedaling. Off I went to the side. And they said, let's do it again. And they pushed, pedal. And off I went. One side, one side. So by the third time, I was getting this. I was going pretty good. By the time my mother came out with these training wheels, I'm saying, hi, Ma, hi, Ma. And I'm riding the bicycle.
Patty has a certain mindset when she thinks about certain topics, and though it was hard to express her thoughts then in the 60s, she confidently tells her part of ownership now. In an interview she once did when she was younger, she overcame the kind of questions, even if she did not agree with the interview was asking. But for herself and her place, she knew she had to commit to their expectations to get through and have the job.
When I was doing an interview, the particular person that I was interviewing with was asking my marital status, did I have children, what would I do if I had children, who's going to babysit them. And I felt really uncomfortable with those questions. I felt like it was none of his business. But in that period of time, you would never say to the person who's interviewing you, it's none of your business. So that's what I remember the most. But I did get the job.
I learned about the different views people have when it comes to technology, as well as feelings towards events that have happened when receiving news about civil rights and women's rights. Like last year in 2018, the Me Too movement was a part where the victim's sexual abuse could have a voice, in part to spread more awareness and understanding the importance of the subject to make a change, as well as a protest against police brutality, after Trump had addressed that any football players protesting should be fired. With that, the NFL players were kneeling and raising their fists during the national anthem to show where they stood. In 2017, there were many counts in the Women's March. In 2018, there were a little over 500,000 in Los Angeles. Protests for women's self-would spread quickly in the amount of 2 days.
I'm really into photography, so what I've been thinking to do recently is do photo shoots with people and give more recognition with topics of women's rights and give more awareness about it.
The appreciation I have for Patty is when she talks about memories and how she compels the differences between then and now. Her appreciation towards everything makes me feel very mindful and so much closer to her. Huge thank you to the Midway for giving us these opportunities. It has been a great honor to work with an understanding, mindful woman and having so much fun to go on this small journey with you. Thank you so much.